Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast. Trey's back. Welcome, Trent. Welcome, Trey.
Yep.
Hey, boys, probably my favorite episode 81.
Yeah. Trey, that's a great jersey you got on there. Oh, wait. Sorry. That's
Trent, I can't comment
That's
too much because
Tyler,
right now can't comment too much on that situation because right now we're building a suit against Tyler. Me and my lawyers are coming up with something. Using my name, image, and likeness to spread blatant lies is just he's got to pay for it. So
I was one of those cheap fakes.
mm-hmm.
I have a feeling this is going to be like our childhood where I'm going to end up being the mediator, aren't I? Oh, gosh. But hey, we're on the cusp here of actual football, right? We're on the cusp. It is what's today's date? August.
It's right there.
Down the ticker, Trent.
21 days.
21. There it is. Ticker. I always forget that darn ticker.
I just put it up.
Thanks. But yeah, it is very close, and I can't say any more about how excited I am. I will say this, Ty. Let's start right away. Let's get your annoying headline out of San Francisco out of the way because I'm sick. I am so sick of Brandon Ayuk drama. I can't stand every single time you step away from X or any sort of sports show. Oh, this is what's happening, and now it's back to he's staying. Like, what the hell?
Here's the thing. I'll be honest, man. I've been. That's kind of been my claim the entire time. I've said he was staying last week. I said, sorry, Steeler fans, no matter how much you want this, he's not coming. So I don't have a lot to say. I was actually going to not even bring it up just because it is all over the place and it's kind of like being a dead horse. So I'm sticking with where I'm at. He's staying. I saw they restructured. So yeah. I think that's it. I think they mended some relationship stuff, this, that, and the other thing.
But the report as of yesterday evening was they have come to an agreement on the money, and now the only thing they have to work out is the years.
Mm-hmm. So guaranteed years, I think.
Yeah. So I hope to God. Now, once again, this is going to turn, and then it's going to be a complete 180 tomorrow morning. But the only thing I'll add on to this before Trey, you want to add any takes on this? I'm sure you got some even more hate. But the only thing that I did see that I thought would have been a win for the Niners is if the Niners would have been able to get some draft picks for him, and the request, from what I read, is they requested Minkah Fitzpatrick, which I think would end up having the Steelers lose the trade and Niners would win the trade in that case.
I mean, it's depending on draft round picks too, but like where the draft picks were.
What would you put Ayuk top 5 receiver in the NFL? Like, I wouldn't.
I'd probably put him top 10. I don't think he's a top 5. I mean, at least I don't know. After last year, you can make the argument that he was, but it goes back to my point.
Do you agree with that? Top 10 receiver.
We'd have to.
If you don't right now, name as many as you can. I'll count them. Name as many as you can that are better, because I think we can get a pretty good chunk.
Okay, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jamar Chase. Garrett Wilson.
Raiders guy.
Yeah, Devontae Adams.
Okay. AJ Brown.
Man, names. Keep naming some.
That's 7.
We can't look. Can I look any up?
CeeDee Lamb,
absolutely.
I think I
would even put Cooper Kupp up there ahead of him.
What about what's his face in the Browns?
Amari Cooper?
Yeah.
I'd say they're about the same.
I would give that, but Trey, you at least name before Amari Cooper, you at least name 9. at least 9 ahead of him. So
there's definitely more. Heck, I'd put Jalen Waddle up there ahead of him.
Ooh, that one I would not. But
okay,
I would.
Man,
I would consider. When I sit there and think, I think I would consider.
Put Cal Ridley up there ahead of him.
Whoa.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
In terms of skill wise, he might be right, Ty. He might be right there. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's the way the market is for every position. You're seeing guys that are getting paid for. I don't know if they've really proven themselves at this point. I don't know. It's an interesting time in the sports world, and we won't get too deep into the contract talk. But I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that headline, and I hope we can move on from it rather quick. So,
I got a headline, but
Trey, I got a comment. I was going to say I'll make it short and sweet. As an avid person that dislikes the 49ers, I'm glad that he's staying there because now I think it's going to fester.
ooh.
Rub some guys the wrong way in the locker room. You declare yourself a diva. There's no denying it at this point now. And he kind of got his way, which could, in the long run, hurt the team. So I don't know. I just think it was I'm okay with it.
Trey, he did hold in just like everybody else is doing.
Just like Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jordan's not requesting a trade when he still has years left on his contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we will see. I guess
his contract was up, actually.
We'll see how it plays out in the long term. I mean, it's the cream rises to the crop top, boys. So we'll see if it rises out there in San Fran. Tyler, headline
for sure. Yeah, my headline is the Minnesota Vikings.
Dude,
they had a bad day.
Can't catch
between the first news, obviously being JJ McCarthy, and then you had Jordan Addison, right?
Yeah.
And then you had another wide receiver like right after that. I don't know if you got
a corner.
And they lost to a car accident. Yeah.
Well, that was a rookie, and they also lost another corner ACL as well. Like it's devastating.
Well, and the thing I don't know if you guys saw that headline though, that Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings head coach, supposedly after it started to, injury ridden, supposedly he went out at Schwartz, the defensive coordinator for the Browns, and was like, we need to tone down the physicality. Which I didn't like that, again, allegedly, if that is true. I didn't like that because I feel like it's the day and age right now where everybody is soft with everything.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. But the Vikings, man, they had a bad day. There is
bad couple weeks here.
Yeah.
This was on X, according to Scott Erickson, who's an NFL insider guy. Vikings have inquired about Saints quarterback David Carr. Saints are impressed that what they've seen. What did I say? David. I'm even reading the headline and I said David. Saints are impressed with what they've seen out of rookie QB. Call it Spencer Rattler, while the Vikings try to look for JJ McCarthy's replacement. So that could be something interesting to kind of keep your eye on. I will say this, that you guys can admit during our draft thing, remember when we talked about quarterbacks and I said one quarterback that'll come out of the draft to be surprised with is going to be Spencer Rattler. Mm-hmm. Not because I like him, because I actually can't stand him as a quarterback, but he has one of those, and I've said this before, one of those college careers, where all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh yeah, Spencer Rattler, he was an okay quarterback, great coming out of high school, he was okay in college, and then all of a sudden he's going to be somebody that blows up in the NFL, and people are like, where'd this guy come from?
Do you know who I think that is, Tyler? Same draft class, but you just described his career as well. Bo Nix. I think it's going to be Bo Nix.
Trey, hold on. There was so much hype coming out of
college. He had one good year. At Auburn, he was not that good. Where else did he play?
Trey, what I'm talking
Oregon.
No, he played somewhere else though too.
No,
besides Auburn. That's not true. He played somewhere else before Auburn.
Started as a true freshman at Auburn.
You want to bet?
Transferred over. I'm
Nope.
actually
Oh, beer bet.
I'm willing to do a beer bet.
Want a
on
beer
this.
bet me, Trent?
Did you just Google it already?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to say he only played at Auburn and Oregon. Yes, I'll beer bet you.
I think there was a third college.
Let's look.
It's all right.
But anyway, I'd make the argument though. You can't really say that's the same because Bo Nix was a first-round draft pick. I'm talking about a quarterback that was okay in college that was drafted somewhere in the later rounds. In terms of success, first-round guys, I'm not going to sit here and that is what it is. But
Okay.
yeah, so bad. Find a trend.
I can't find something that lists even like Auburn as a college for him.
So anyway, it was a bad day to be the
Find a trend.
Vikings.
Just keep looking.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Well, then say it, dude.
Started 61 games total in college.
Where you see?
3 seasons at Auburn.
We did not beer bet, so I don't want to hear it.
Hold on a second.
No.
You did.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Did we
Yes,
actually
we
say
did.
beer bet?
Yes, we
All right,
did.
whatever.
You didn't give one of your weird. You didn't give one of your weird cup handshakes though.
Well, yeah, because I was too busy Googling. I didn't know we agreed. But all right.
Aw. It's okay. Was that a cheap one? Was that a cheap one, Trey?
It was, but whatever.
A cheap one because you lose again.
Any other headlines here? I know there's obviously training camps and stuff, but
I
just kind of bring.
I do want to say something. It's a social media overreaction, right? That's what I hate about preseason. That's what I hate about all these people that go to these training camps and maybe just are like, they might not even be affiliated with a news source, but they put it out there on social media. Oh my gosh, look how good he's looking, or look how bad he's looking. What you have to understand is these teams are practicing in training camp. They're working on things in their coverages. They're working on things in their offenses that they might not technically do, right? When it comes to the actual season, right? When you sit there and see a clip of these Vikings and you see Justin Jefferson torching a corner where the corner has no safety help over the top, tell me what NFL team's not going to provide some safety help over the top on Justin Jefferson. So to say, oh man, JJ McCarthy, he's the next answer. It's like, yeah, one, you're throwing to Justin Jefferson on a one-on-one route pretty much. So it's like with the Spencer Rattler, and I would even say Caleb Williams looked great, and it's better to look good in the preseason. Don't get me wrong, but I would just say whoa, take it easy. I'm not going to sit there and draft him, first or second round fantasy just because of the way he looked in a preseason game or two.
Sure.
You got to be careful because defenses are not going to throw everything at them. Defenses are not game planning for the preseason you do in the regular season. So I just don't get me wrong. I like when guys for your team are doing good in training camp and good in preseason. It's better to play well than not. But just I don't know. I think some people overreact. And the Spencer Rattler thing is a complete overreaction. The only thing he can really tip his cap on is college is he beat the hell out of your Tennessee Volunteers. I'm guessing why you dislike him so much.
That's exactly why.
Sorry. Are you okay? Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Hey, it's banter, Trey. It's banter.
Still supporting the Vols here, man. NCAA baseball champs.
It's a nice cup.
That's
there.
true.
Yeah, it's a nice cup.
Hey, I know. You got it for me. I would say, Trent, I like the fact that
Trey, clap your hands.
Just killed that fruit fly that's been bothering me.
The other thing that, Trent, I agree to your point with the social media overreactions of things too, because there was film today too of Justin Fields catching balls in the end zone, and now the speculation is, wow, he was so bad at quarterback at the preseason that now he's catching balls and returning punts, which was what they had also even said could be a possibility for him when they brought him in at the same time as they brought in Russell Wilson. So,
you're saying Justin Fields? Yeah.
So, and does that mean that Justin Fields is automatically now not a quarterback anymore? No, but people see it on social media that he's catching passes, and it's like, okay.
What's your call? Who do you think right now? Who do you think's the starter in Pittsburgh?
Russell's going to start a couple games, but it'll be Fields by the end of the season.
Yeah,
I talked about this last year. I talked about this last year. Is Russell Wilson's a viable quarterback? I know he's not the best option, but he's won a Super Bowl. He's a proven winner, and he fits that Arthur Smith, is that his name? He fits his play action under center scheme. Justin Fields is not an under center quarterback. So what you do is you let him practice for a whole year, learn from a guy that's done it his whole life, let him become that type of quarterback, and then he can be a quarterback. I think relying too much on his running and his athletic ability has hurt him, actually, as much as it helps him. I think it's hurt him develop as an NFL quarterback.
That kind of happens to running quarterbacks, I feel like, when we think about it.
They get pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Sure. It's like actors, like Danny Trejo.
Elaborate. Danny
like
Trejo.
he plays the same character in every movie because that's all he can do, right?
Yeah.
So if someone takes a running quarterback and you just make him run, and he never develops as a passer in the NFL, he's getting pigeonholed.
You know something weird, Trent? That's the main actor in the movie Her.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
No, Terminator.
Oh my gosh.
Or was that Ollie?
What? No, Wally.
That's it. Damn.
Ollie. I'm like, Ollie.
I know. I knew I messed up because I said it. I'm like, I don't think that's it. Damn. Hey, other headline news: Judon to the Falcons. You gonna see that tonight? That's kind of Falcons have built something nice down there. I'll be interested to see if they can do it. That's a great edge rusher. Also, kind of interesting up there in New England that Mayo kind of sent a message saying if you're just going to sit there and hold yourself out of practice and sit there and demand money, it's kind of the old Patriot way. Hey, we'll move on from you, and who knows, maybe it'll have the same effect like most of those Patriot guys back in the day. It seemed like the Patriots always knew when a guy's time was up. But
that was when they were talented. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful doing that right now because they are not talented.
That's a complete rebuild. I mean, you lose a guy like Tom Brady, it's a complete rebuild. But I don't know. I like
how long ago was that?
Oh, that was a great, very long. It's still a rebuild though. But it is. I don't know. I'm not very sold. I'm not very sold on the head coach of the Falcons.
I like him.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like him. I believe, was he not the Cardinals head coach at one point?
Somebody's head coach.
I think. Yeah, but that was a while ago. Because
he also
toyed in with XFL, USFL.
Yeah, I hope he can. They have the pieces, and if they don't win that division this year with the roster they put together, because if you look at that roster, would you not say that's the best roster?
Dude, I mean, across offensively, they're scary. And they could be super explosive. And I think once they bring Big Penix energy in there, it will be explosive.
No.
But story for another day.
I think this Judon thing was the best move for the Falcons because I think they wasted their 8th pick on Penix. And they could have had Dallas Turner out of Alabama.
Yeah, who is a Viking.
That's a good point. Wouldn't it be wild with all this Viking shit if somehow Kirk Cousins goes back to the Vikings? Vikings like, yo, man, sorry.
Ain't no chance.
No, I know. I'm just saying, it was
if Kirk Cousins goes anywhere, he's going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Which, can I now vent a little bit to you guys real quick about my team's headline this week?
Yeah, go ahead.
Freaking Josh McDaniels literally prevented our franchise from having CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I did see that. Jimmy G instead.
GM had the trade all set up, ready to go, and he shot it down, and we went with freaking Jimmy G for 3 years, who was awful. drove our number one wide receiver into hating him.
Yeah.
And then I guess he decided to take performance-enhancing drugs and get himself a little suspended. And now he's with your division rival out there with the Rams. So
talking a little smack too.
That pissed me off. When I saw that, it's like that's a lifetime of a Raiders fan. I mean, you sit there and say, "Oh, we could have had Aaron Rodgers. We could have had Calvin Johnson. It's like
could have had Antonio Brown."
And then for a couple years there, I thought it was turned around. We got Khalil Mack, Mari Cooper, Derek Carr. I'm like, and they're all gone. Like none of them finished their career with the Raiders. So, but that's just me venting a little bit about my team. But I will say I liked their draft this year. Take best available, which the Raiders never did. Which more and more you hear a lot of teams wanted up to get Brock Bowers.
Yeah, no, I love that pick. I honestly, it just really sucks, and I don't like the guy, but it just sucks that you have to play Mahomes twice. I know you guys beat him last year and stuff, but like,
yeah,
that sucks.
We have
that really
Mahomes,
sucks.
But we have the Mahomes policy this year, so we're gonna see.
Right, you may get 2 wins over the Chargers, depending on if they bring in this new quarterback coach that Jim Harbaugh is trying to hire.
Yeah,
if you saw that,
let's move on from that. Oh my God. What do you guys think? Any other headlines? You guys want to talk a little projection? I know we'll do like a deep dive. Who's our winner of each division? But I kind of enjoy some of the graphics that are out there right now, especially with NFL. Big hot trend, especially for those of us in the field of education, is AI, right?
Yeah.
And DraftKings released a AI prediction
for the NAI prediction. And you said AAI. It's
okay, English teacher. Gosh,
that's like first grade stuff, though, dude.
What did I say?
You said AAI. It was just
NAI. That's
all right.
NAI. Prediction for 2024 NFL season standings. So every single projected record, but this was using artificial intelligence.
There you go.
So, I don't know, Ty. We're not going to pull the graphic up, correct?
I can share it with the podcast.
Okay. The only thing I'll say is that what we're looking for here to discuss is what did they absolutely get right and what do you feel they absolutely got wrong. So to kind of, I know it would be kind of nice to pull it up. It'd be easier for us to talk about it.
Right, we'll talk through it, and I'll work on that here in a second. Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to start in just the NFC first, and then we'll bounce over the AFC, and once again say what they definitely got right, what they definitely got wrong. We have, correct me because sometimes I mix up the Norths, the Souths, the Wests, and the East, but I believe this is NFC North. Packers 13-4, Lions 11-6, Bears 9-8, Vikings 5-12. You get the NFC South. You get Falcons 9-8, Saints 8-9, Bucks 8-9, Panthers 4-13.
Wow.
In the NFC East, Eagles 10-7, Cowboys 8-9, the Commanders 6-11, and the Giants 5-12. And then last but not least, the NFC West is Niners 13-4, Rams 10-7, Cardinals 7-10, and then Seahawks 5-12. All right.
There we go.
So there's our NFC. We're looking at the left side of that image there. So,
Trey, we're actually not lagging here while the graphics up, which is even better.
That's good. So Trey, why don't you start us out? You want to start? What's your? What do you agree with most? What they definitely get right to start us off?
So I can tell you what I agree with the most is the NFC South standings in general. I mean, I think it's a crapshoot between those top 3 teams. It just depends on, I think, who wins the closer games between all their matchups. And honestly, I like how they have the Panthers 4-13 because I do think they're going to finish dead last. The surprising one to me is the
Wait, is this what they got wrong?
No, that's completely right. The NFC South.
Okay.
The thing that I think they got wrong is the Cowboys being below 500. That's crazy to me. There's really with those defensive players, some of the defensive players they have. Dak's a very viable quarterback, and I think they do get the CD Lamb deal done. I imagine that would be a priority. I know Jerry Jones doesn't think so, but and playing the Giants and the Commanders collectively, 4 times? Or no? Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. I just don't understand how you have them below 500. But not quite sure what their out of conference schedule looks like or out of division schedule looks like, but still.
I don't know, man. We're going NFC first and then AFC. Is that what we want to do?
Yes. What do you agree with? What don't you agree with?
Well, I mean, I do find it interesting that they already had the Vikings at 5-12 before all the injuries. All right.
I didn't think that.
I don't know if they're gonna be 5-12. Bears 9-8.
There we go.
I mean, no, listen. I'm just gonna ask you a question, Trey. Do you find 13-4 a surprise?
No.
I'm not giving my opinion on it, but do you find 13-4 to be a surprise?
No. I think that's very achievable.
Whew. Man.
Do you think you're smarter than AI?
Yeah, I do.
And AI. And AI.
Listen, I'm not trying to sit here and start a fight, but I think the thing they got wrong is that I think the Lions win the division, not the Packers.
It's a safe one.
From the NFC point.
So what they got wrong was
No,
Lions.
he's saying what they got wrong is the Packers. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
No, I said the Lions and the Packers. I think I switched those two.
Okay, that's fair. And did you say what they got right?
No.
Just be a homer. Go ahead.
I want to, but dude, after all the Niners injuries in preseason, I'm nervous about that. I think they got. I don't want to sit here and just agree with Trey with the 4-13, but I think I do agree that's definitely right. I don't think the Panthers are gonna be any good. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say the Seahawks are 5-12. Might even be a little bit worse.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I think they got that right. Man, that is wild.
What?
I don't know. Just looking at the records and stuff, it's like it does make me wonder as to what information is it pulling from in the sense of, are they taking the Cowboys without CD Lamb right now? Is that what they're pulling for 8-9 for the Cowboys? Because I agree, Trey. I think 8-9's probably wrong as well.
So then, okay, why? We'll move on because I have a question about the next one. Why would the one on the other side be a certain way it is? Two of them, actually.
Let me give my quick ones here. What they got right, what they got. This one's really hard for me.
The graphic.
Yeah, I did everything on what they got right and what they got wrong. I guess the one thing that I think they got right, because I predicted this earlier, is the Cardinals win. They do go over on their win total, which
what is it, 6.5?
It was 6.5. I do see them potentially getting 7, if not. I even thought I could see them as an 8-9 type team. This right here, based on what I'm looking at, how many you get? 2 wild card teams or 3?
You get 3.
3? Well, then I disagree, because I don't think the Bears, because according to these records, from what I'm seeing, the Bears would be the last seed in the playoffs. So I think they got that wrong. I think there is.
Oh, wait. So what you're saying is there's 3 teams in the playoffs from the NFC North.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. We're not talking about that again.
Okay, all right. I was just checking.
Yeah, that's a turnover in our old touchdown turnover days.
Like 4 weeks in a row.
Because I'd like to bring up this one.
The NFC North.
We did that the past 2 episodes.
Oh man, whatever.
He totally forgot. But yeah, I would say I think that's where they got it wrong, and I hope so for my futures bets of positive money for the Bears to miss the playoffs this year. So,
Trent, let me take it a step further. Let's say that you say the Bears is wrong. All right, so then which of those other teams? Let's just say the AI is right with those division winners, and also the top 2.
Easy.
All right, the Lions and Rams. So who then makes the playoffs?
Cowboys.
Okay.
I think Cowboys is the easiest, but
then what you're saying is that that's the same exact playoff picture as last year. Then
I think it will.
No,
be.
I'm sorry. No, because the Bucks wouldn't be in. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think
Bucks instead of Rams.
Yeah.
Rams were in. This to me though, once again shows you that like the best teams, like the best teams are out of the AFC. Like I look at 2 of your division winners are either 9-8 and 10-7, and you want to say, yeah, but it's because we're super competitive. No, I just think it's. I'm sorry, all the better quarterbacks, franchise quarterbacks, are in the AFC. So, yeah, you know how I feel now. I've shared those feelings with you guys, but yeah, so that's where I think, Tyler, if I had to pick a team to make it, I would say the Cowboys would get in as that.
Okay.
I really disagree because you guys are, Trey, you already said it, how the Cowboys being 8-9 is wrong.
Oh my gosh.
I don't see that.
JJ McCarthy's out for the season?
Whoa, yeah. I just
hold on. What? I said that like literally.
I didn't know it was the season.
I saw
they learned there was more damage than they thought.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's why I said about Kirk Cousins.
I did not know that.
Man.
Yikes. Whew.
And that's also why they're looking at Derek Carr.
I didn't realize it was for the season. I thought it was
either
for like a couple of weeks.
I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I did say that. So thanks for being good listeners.
No, you said a injury instead of an injury.
All right. What's Trent? What they get right, and then we gotta move on to the AFC because the AFC looks all sorts.
I already said it. I said I think they got the Cardinals getting over on their win totals.
Yeah,
I think the Cardinals are going to overachieve. I don't want to say overachieve in the sense of making the playoffs. I think they are going to be more competitive than most people think of the Cardinals the past couple of years. So,
as long as they stay healthy,
that's everybody, man.
I know.
It's the NFL. Best ability is availability, right, guys?
I think Russell Wilson's going to start coming after me. I've now predicted him to lose his starting job 2 seasons in a row. Last year it happened.
See it.
And there's a better chance of it happening this year.
All right, let's go AFC. What did they get right? What did they get wrong? Trey, you want to bring it back to us here?
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Dude, there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot wrong.
Spicy. This is a spicy one.
What they got right, I believe, is the Jets at 12-5. If Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy.
Robert Saleh coaching the way he's coaching, man. Heck
well,
yeah.
Trey's not wrong with it. Once they start out like 1-5 and he gets fired, then they have a chance to go 12-5 the rest of the way.
Dude, that's crazy. That's absolutely
crazy.
Man.
So you think the Jets is right at 12-5?
Yeah, I do.
You think you think the record's right, or you think them winning?
Them winning. I think 12-5 is very attainable as well. But I also think they win the.
Just don't take that beer bet. Don't take that beer bet.
Well, no, because it all depends on Aaron Rodgers' health. That's what it all comes down to. In that same breath, I think I'm going to stay in that. Honorable mention of what I think they kind of got right is the Texans being 9-8.
Well, don't steal people's things there.
Sorry. because I don't want to make that my pick, but I do think that they're very overhyped right now. In the same breath, I think they flip-flopped the Bills Dolphins, to be honest with you.
I'd agree with that.
And I think that's where they got it wrong. I think they could be 8-9, 9-8, each of those teams. But that was kind of surprising to me to see that in the Dolphins below 500 in this AI prediction too. Mm-hmm. Another thing is I don't agree with the Ravens finishing third in their division. I think that's crazy.
All right. Yeah. So Trey's gone through the whole thing with all his disagreements now. Tyler, what did they get right? What did they get wrong?
Oh man. I think what they got right is Kansas City winning their division. I don't think they're going to be 13-4, but I do think they'll win that division. Oh man,
that's a cop out.
Man, pains me to say it, but what they got wrong, I think, is the Colts. I do think the Texans win that division. I also think that Jacksonville is going to be more competitive than they were last year. I'd say it pains me to say it just because I've always hyped up the Colts the last year and a half or whatever. But I don't know, the glaring one to me too, and I know Trent, you and I talked about it last week about the last to first kind of thing, is the Bengals. Them winning that division, a little bit surprising, especially 11-6. I honestly could see that division right there, the Bengals, Browns, Ravens, and Steelers. I could see that division looking just like the NFC South in terms of like 9-8, 9-8, 8-9, 8-9 kind of thing. Like I feel like it's just like they're going to beat the crap out of each other. And I don't know that you'll see a clear cut team pull away. And if the team that does be able to pull away, just because he is he's a very good regular season player, and that's Lamar Jackson. Very good regular season player. Terrible in the playoffs. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to stick with, I think they got the Colts wrong.
Okay. Fair enough. What they got right. The freaking Browns emblem. Where the hell's that? That's got to be on the side of their helmet soon, man. Like shit. That is cool as hell. I love that.
No, they need the elf. They need that little elf guy.
No, I like that one. That's ferocious.
No, I like the elf guy.
Ferocious. Anyway, but no. I guess. I've
been in the dog pound.
What's that?
I watched a game in the dog pound.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that Did you get in trouble with your fiance? Like, you mean you had to, she's like, go to the dog pound?
No, that's a dog. That's a dog house.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He did.
And,
you kind of sound
doghouse and doghouse. Yeah.
Kind of sound like Alan from The Hangover. I've been to the dog pound. You guys want to go to the dog pound?
You ready let the dogs out?
That's what he sounded like.
Yeah.
I've been to the dog pound.
I think they got. I guess for me, it's easier. It's easier to point out what they got wrong. I think they got the Chargers wrong.
You think it's gonna be worse or best?
I think they're gonna be worse.
Oh,
I think Chargers are gonna be worse. Who's their number one receiver?
Quentin Johnson,
or is it McConkey? A rookie, or is it Quentin Johnson? Is Quentin Johnson a proven NFL receiver yet?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. There's too many question marks. Who's out right now with injury? Justin Herbert.
Is he?
He's out right now with a foot injury. So you lost one of your biggest offensive weapons in that. I know you might not like the guy, but Eckler was a threat. He's no longer there. So it's like I'm just trying to figure out. And guess who else is already injured? Bosa. So like I don't know. I don't see that.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's already out with like a wrist injury. And he's always hurt. So I just think it's the Harbaugh hype, but unless Harbaugh has some guy stealing signs, which I think they can do at the NFL level, maybe, because that's a whole nother discussion with how much he's won, he won once he hired him. But But yeah, I just think the Chargers. I think the Chargers will be sub 500. I'm not going to say my Raiders will finish higher than them because I have no idea who the Raiders quarterback is going to be, and whoever they decide on after this next game, that ain't gonna make any more of a difference.
Trent, can I touch on just? It's gonna be like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The Harbaugh thing. Did you guys catch that he was going to be the honorary captain for Michigan's home opener?
Yeah, I did see that.
And now they have since, as of yesterday, 2 days ago, they have since removed it.
Why?
Well, he it was his decision.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to focus on the Chargers.
Okay.
Sure.
Which
right. That was to save the university from being in a very awkward situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised they allow him on the school grounds.
Yeah, but
you want him a national
I know.
We could talk about that for hours. What they got right is, my guess is, I know by the records you can't really tell, but I would believe by when it's all said and done, that the AFC, what is that? North gets 3 playoff teams.
AFC North.
Yeah, Bengals would be in. I think Browns would be in, and I think Ravens would also be in with tiebreakers.
I think they have that currently.
Well, you gotta look. You don't know. The Bills are 10-7. Jaguars are 10-7. So,
Yeah.
So that's I guess that's what I'm going to say that they would get right, is the potential for that division to get three playoff teams. They're only 10-7 because they all have to play each other 2 times. Because that's weird. I don't think the Steelers are going to be as good as everyone says. Because I think the quarterback situation is still an iffy situation, but they're still not gonna. I mean, they're gonna play a game. They're gonna beat the Ravens at least once. So they always do, and it's usually that end of the season when the Ravens clinch the spot, and they don't play their starters, and then the Steelers get that win and make the playoffs. Like, it's like, oh, great, cool.
And then the Ravens look like they forgot how to play football the first week of the playoffs. And
every year. It's been like past 2.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's a guy to keep your eye on there. Coaching.
Tomlin?
John Harbaugh. No, John Harbaugh.
No, what? Oh, hold on. Is this Tyler's Matt LaFleur hot seat prediction for this year? Is it?
I'm just saying, man.
Dude, Tyler, what? How in the hell would he not have a job? Like,
it gets to a point in time. Okay,
he can miss the playoffs. He can miss the playoffs, and he has that job next year.
Okay, well, look at Andy Reid, because Andy Reid couldn't win the Super Bowl in Philadelphia, and they're like, well, all right, let's move on. How many NFC championships do you have? And he couldn't win the big one, and now he is racking them up.
Weird. So I guess Kyle Shanahan's on the hot seat too. Then
shut your mouth.
Just by that logic.
All right. Well, hey, I do believe in an upcoming episode we will kind of make our full-on projections ourselves, correct? Each division. So that'll be coming out in the next couple episodes. You guys want to talk a little college before we talk about baseball here, or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah. Yep. Hang on. I'm gonna get the other window up here.
All right. Well, you can pull that picture up too with the AP 25 picture.
So, Trent, when is week 0? When does that start? 10 days.
10 days.
Look at the graphic, Trey.
Yep. Holy crap! What are some of those teams that are playing? Because I would love to check out those lines.
Yeah, I'll pull that up right now, and I'll get the stat guys on it.
All right, so there's your AP top 25. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, I love the fact that we're able to use these graphics right now without issues.
The best.
So we've tried. I mean, like I said, we've tried to do it in the past, and it was very like. But this is awesome.
Wow.
What are you saying? Wow about?
I'm just observing some of the top 25 here.
Overrated, underrated.
All right. Well, I guess
let me start off, Trent. Georgia has implemented a rule that all players have to take public transportation to practice.
I hope so.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I'm just kidding. It's like 20. It's like 28 players. Like 28.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
crazy.
All right. Can I read you guys college football 10 days opening week 0? Ready?
Let's get it.
And it's once again, my opinion is one, I love it, but it's like it's not a true Saturday yet, because it's like it's not the full slate, but it's real football. Florida State plays Georgia Tech. McNeese State plays Tarleton State. Montana State versus New Mexico.
Wait, it's college football or college basketball?
College football.
Tarleton State has a football team.
Well, Tyler just found his favorite team to bet on this year.
Awesome. I'm not betting them against McNeese, though. McNeese could be top 25
in football. Are you thinking basketball, Ty? You are thinking basketball.
Might be thinking basketball.
Yeah, it's the old LSU coach's team.
Where are you seeing this? I'm not seeing this.
North Alabama versus South Missouri State. Norfolk State versus Florida A&M. SMU versus Nevada, and then Delaware State versus Hawaii. And I do believe, where is the Ireland game?
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because I'm seeing Florida State and Georgia Tech.
That's
Nevada, SMU, Montana State, New Mexico, Delaware State, Hawaii. I was only seeing 4. That's why I was wondering.
There's more games. It's just some of them are very smaller. They're smaller schools.
Yeah.
But every single game, the only one that I'm not quite sure if we get it is the Delaware State versus Hawaii is Spectrum Sports pay-per-view. So all the other ones are televised on either CBS, ABC, FS1, ESPNs. So
that Delaware State game, that's a midnight game. I'd like to stay up for that.
Yeah. That's one of those, those Hawaiian football and
chasing bets at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're like, okay, today sucked. Let me just put one more out there.
Gotta catch up.
The Rainbow Warriors. But
you fall asleep during the game and wake up to a winning bet.
Yeah, and you don't ever.
Never.
Yeah, very rare. Very rare. So I'll give my first reaction to the top 25. I don't know if I'm very surprised. I feel like for the past couple years, this is like an expected top 25, like year in, year out. Like the fact that Bama is going through what they're going through, and they're still a 5th ranked team.
That surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. So they just kept them up there, and let's keep them up there because it's Alabama. But I think the biggest go figure is Penn State starting in the top 10. It's like, oh yeah, good job, but James, you'll lose every big game you coach in this year.
Jeez.
I don't know, guys. I think this year
I forgot Trent hates Penn State in here.
I don't. You know what it is, Trey? I say this on a couple episodes. They frustrate the hell out of me.
Okay, whatever.
But anyway, I think one of the teams that I'm most excited to watch this year is Oregon.
Whew.
I really want Oregon to knock off Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. That's what I want.
That's the weirdest sounding phrase that anybody's ever said.
But it's this year, and we got to
say it's so weird.
Kind of like so I want to see Texas knock off Georgia for the SEC championship.
You think USC is going to be good this year?
Oh, I didn't say USC.
I know, but I'm just like I'm looking. I know. I'm sorry. I kind of jumped around because you talked about teams moving to the Big Ten, and USC is another team in the Big Ten. Having them at 23 surprised me a little bit.
It's the Lincoln Riley effect.
They're pretty. What were they last year? 6
They-
losses.
They started way high and they dropped because they struggled.
Who was their quarterback?
Stop it.
Oh,
Kid.
how about that?
No defense. Great scoring offense, no defense.
Yeah.
I'll hold my joke.
Hey, I know.
I'm kidding.
I'd put Ole Miss higher than 6.
Wow.
Meaning a whole lot higher to 5. I wouldn't put them above the other teams that are up in the top 4, but I would
Whole lot
put Ole
higher.
Miss.
One spot.
No, I put them higher. I think Ole Miss should be in the top 5. I think there is some hatred, and trust me, I don't like the guy either because of what he did to Tennessee. But I do think Lane Kiffin has that team rolling in Ole Miss.
That's weird.
It's weird. I agree, Trent, with your Penn State hype. They'll be at 8. They'll probably jump all the way up to 6 at some point, maybe even 4 at some point, and then they'll lose like 3 big games.
3.
And then go down to like 15 or 16.
I think they don't play Michigan this year, but I believe they play Oregon and Ohio State, or no?
No, they don't play Oregon.
Play Ohio State for sure.
Ohio State and USC.
Yep,
USC
and Washington, but
so then Penn State should only have 1 loss.
Yeah, so suck on.
Should.
Yeah, what I was going to say, actually. Yeah.
What are you actually going to say?
Was that you guys are hating on Penn State, and they have one of the most favorable schedules they've ever had, and all they have to do is make the top 12. So, yeah, he might not win the big game this year, but if they drop their one big game, probably still in the playoffs. So
I just feel like Penn State goes into big games. And again, I'm not trying to ostracize listeners because we're in Penn State country here.
Sounds like we are.
But at the same time, like, I just feel like Penn State goes into these big games with these teams like an Ohio State, like a Michigan, and all of a sudden it's just star-studded where they're just like in awe of these teams. And they crap the bed. Like, no. and I hate that because I'd like to see them beat Ohio State. I don't like Ohio State. I'd like to see them beat Michigan. Like, I wish they would, and it's frustrating that I feel like they come in there star-studded.
I don't think they get star-studded because our defense has held extremely, extremely good teams to less than 20 points.
Yeah, it's the offense.
And we can't win games.
You can't produce.
That's not being star-studded because if anything, we shut down their stars and
it's not star-studded, it's star-struck.
Well, I think you said, I don't know. Whatever.
I said star-struck.
All right, whatever.
a starstruck.
Yeah.
A starstruck.
But no, so I don't necessarily agree with that. What I would say is that Penn State can't make in-game adjustments. That's it. And I think it's more of a coaching thing than anything else. You're not going to have Drew Aller, a redshirt freshman quarterback, in there reading defenses and changing plays at the line. No, he's just going to run the play that he's given and hope it works out. And I think that's been their downfall. Like, their offense has been awful. I think we held Ohio State to 13 points last year, and we lost that game. Like 13-6 or something.
I was going to say, I think it was 13-6.
Something stupid. They might have got a junk touchdown at the end. We both might have, but like either way,
garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Penn State being at 8 is as absurd as what you guys are saying. In fact, I think they'll be above 8. I think they'll be above 8 over half of the season.
But Trey, I don't think either of us are saying like they shouldn't be 8. I think it's just like the typical like.
Well, yeah.
Let's put them in the top 10. Don't put them too high because they can't win a big game, But don't put them outside of the top 10 because there's a chance they're going to win 9 or 10 games.
Well, what I think that's too. I think 8 is wrong. I think they should be top 6, honestly.
Okay.
Above who?
Notre Dame.
Okay.
And above Alabama.
So you'd put Ole Miss in top 5 then too.
I would. And
Notre Dame
honestly, the only reason Texas is up there right now, well, now they got Quinn Ewers, never mind. But
they got and Manning.
Yeah, but Manning doesn't scare me. But Texas lost a lot of players. Not
Yeah.
Cunha, he's the heart of the team, and he's the guy that touches the ball every play. But either way, they lost a lot of good players, and 4, I think, is a little ambitious.
A lot of receivers,
especially going into the schedule they're going to have now too. So
Richard Pop Top.
A note on Texas: they're starting running backs out for the year.
Well, there you go. See,
the injury. So, anybody else?
I put Ohio State higher than 17. Sorry, Trent, for interrupting you.
You mean
Oklahoma State? Oklahoma State. Sorry, not Ohio State. Oklahoma State.
They got that running back, right?
Yeah,
got in a little trouble allegedly in the offseason.
Well, that's his trouble then. Whatever.
Yeah, no, he's a hell of a running back. But Iowa top 25 guys, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Careful. I'm on that bandwagon.
Yeah, we know you are. Kelly picked Iowa to win the Big Ten.
Did he last
week or 2 weeks ago?
Hey,
Yeah,
because it was a shoe-in last year. They were going to get in the Big Ten championship with the side that they were in. Like,
what about Wisconsin?
Just keep an eye on it.
Where they're not anywhere.
No, I know, that's crazy.
Hey, real quick, to go to this graphic, I did pull something up here. The teams outside receiving votes: Louisville, and this goes in order of how many votes you had. Louisville was 111. The last team had 1. So Louisville, Virginia Tech, Boise State, SMU, Iowa State, Liberty, Washington, West Virginia, Memphis, Nebraska, Wisconsin, UTSA, Tulane, Appalachian State, Kentucky, Auburn, and Colorado had 1.
Did I hear it? Tulane?
Yeah, I always say it like Trent did. Tulane.
Can I say I think what you got to look out for, and I know none of us are fans of this team, but the fact that Riley Leonard transferred to Notre Dame, that's a scary transfer.
Sure. Really.
He's a heck of a quarterback. He's a runner and a passer. It's
a guy from Duke, right?
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Right, Trent? Duke?
Yeah. Yep, Duke. Yeah. And don't forget Ohio State. I mean, they obviously being number 2. They got the quarterback from Kansas State to transfer there. He's another one that he can run a little bit too.
Guess what else they got? They got Judkins, the running back from Ole Miss last year. He was really good.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I think I said this before. I have now become, I think, even though I don't have a team, I am more of a college fan now, I think, than NFL.
Pick a team, man. Pick a team.
It's so hard.
It is, but like, come on. Nah, yeah, he did threaten that.
I always like Utah's going to win the Big 12.
I think he picked to be a Utah fan the week they were playing Penn State.
No, I always.
He said whoever wins.
Yeah.
Or no, he said if Utah wins, I'll be a Utah fan. That's what he said.
And they didn't win, so I put it out there on the line. I said if Utah wins,
only if they win. That's
what I see.
Only if they beat Penn State, because then I'll really like them.
That's
what it sounds like.
Pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe an Oregon fan. Maybe it'll be an Oregon fan out there in the Big Ten.
Well, we don't play them this year. Lucky for them.
Lucky for them. Gabriel would torch them.
Oh my!
Heisman winner.
Torch Penn State's defense.
Heisman winner, baby.
When was the last time that's happened? If anyone's torched Penn State's defense.
Hey, real quick, let's talk about this. Is Jimbo Fisher isn't coaching anywhere right now, right?
I thought he was at A&M.
No, he's out. He's out. Yeah,
he's making record money as a fired coach.
Is Brian Kelly still at LSU?
Yes.
Yeah. They're
13. Okay, they're 13.
Are they 13? Oh, okay, that tells you. All right, can I tell you 2 things that I would change on here?
Yeah.
I'm biased, whatever. Tennessee should be higher than 15.
I can agree with that, actually.
I'd put them probably at 11. Maybe 10. No. And I actually think that Clemson's overrated.
Bingo.
I think Clemson should be lower. The team that surprised me in the top 25 here was Kansas.
I'll tell you the one that surprised me until I learned why. was NC State
Yeah.
at 24.
Yeah.
Guess who their quarterback is now?
Who?
Dude from Coastal Carolina last year.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was a player.
Could put some numbers on the board.
Can't believe he's still in college.
Cam Rising's still here. What do you mean?
It's
Damn
COVID
right.
years and
It is a
everything
year
else.
after this year. So
And isn't Hunter Dickinson coming back for another year?
in basketball, yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And RJ Davis
Okay, calm down.
competing with Armando Bacot for jeez.
The Perry Ellis Award.
The Perry Ellis. I like it. That's what we're naming it from here on
You
out.
guys
The
are
Perry Ellis
absurd.
Award.
Who's
Whole
the Perry
Carolina
Ellis
team.
this year?
But anything else here football wise?
Not,
No,
I
let's-
just can't wait for it.
I don't want to wish time away, but 10 days, you better fly.
No, and hey, I'll tell you this too, Trent. With football, I know it's week 0 Saturday, and you have that late Hawaii game. That next Thursday, though, there's a bunch of games too.
Yeah.
Not huge games, but shout out to my Dukes who got Toledo on Thursday the 29th.
Can I suggest something? Because I do have one more thing I want to bring up, and I think it'd be
go.
passionate.
Go ahead.
We might have to nix baseball from the podcast tonight because I actually want to bring this up earlier and I forgot. But Trent brings this up all the time, and it's actually irked me so much where I wanted to talk about it in length tonight, and that is contracts, especially in the NFL, and how what the hell do they mean? Like, I was thinking about it today in the shower, and in all honesty, with Jamar Chase has 2 years left on his contract, and he's going to get paid $30 million in those 2 years total. Like, sure, are you worth more than that? The way you perform, maybe. Who knows? Like, you've only been in the league for what, 2 or 3 years, 4 years? I don't know. But yeah, like, it just blows my mind that you have the audacity to sit out and demand a new contract when you're going to get $30 million on something that you signed and agreed to. If I like, I hate siding with owners and I hate siding with GMs because I think the players get the short end of the stick a lot of times. But these guys are like Hassan Reddick. You haven't even played a down for the Jets. Are you one of the best defensive players in the league? Sure. There's no doubt in that. But you're going to get paid, what was it, $24 million just to play for one season for the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't even stepped on their practice field and you're demanding a new contract. Like
that one that one surprised me too, especially because of how much more of a defensive friendly coach Saleh is. I mean, Saleh's a defensive guy.
It's just
He's lost the locker room.
okay. God, no, but and Trent, I know you said Anthony Davis started in basketball. He might have, but I think in football, these guys are getting more and more. Caleb Williams didn't hold out, but he was very vocal in his negotiations with his guaranteed money as a rookie, as a dude that hasn't even played a down in the NFL, and you're making these demands. Like, it just blows my mind. And the only thing I could think of is if I'm an owner, or I know agents have a big say in this, and what NFLPA Players Association has a big say in this. But if I'm an owner or a GM, I make a contract that says if I hold out due to contract negotiations or with like money, whatever, then you're getting $0 from your contract from there on out until you start to practice. And then, guys will start to try to fake injuries, but you know what? I hire good team doctors, and I don't know. I just can't believe it. The Jamar Chase one is the one that really makes me mad, and so does Hassan Reddick, because not only does Jamar Chase have 2 years, but he's getting paid $30 million.
Does he have 2 years left?
He has 2 years left.
So does Trent Williams.
Bingo.
Trent Williams is 36, and that's why I think.
I
think once Ayuk signs, Trent Williams signs.
I think the only side, because Trey, I said this, I might have been last week or 2 weeks ago, where I said I too hate siding with the owners, but the one thing from probably the player's perspective, especially in football, is the risk involved in that sport right now, and the average length of career is 3.3. So if you can get as much guaranteed money now, guys can guys get their money up front. And
you're a wideout. You're a wideout. You're protected. You're not going to have.
You're as protected as well as your quarterback's going to throw to you.
No. I was just saying,
disagree with that.
They're not as protected as quarterbacks.
I think both of those positions are the most protected positions in football. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
And they are literally making so they can thrive more. Huh?
Kickers.
No, I disagree.
Hey, you're not gonna get disagreement on the contract issue from any of us. We agree.
But how do you fix it? Like, what do you do? Because you got guys that are holding out, demanding new contracts 2 years into their 5-year contract. Like that's or 3 years in there. There's got to be something, dude. There's got to be something.
No, because here's the thing: they're going to an 18-game schedule or 18-week schedule. Or wait, is it already 18? No, 18-game schedule. The more games you're going to play in a single season, the more you're going to have to pay these guys. So that's fine. And here's the thing: it's
only going to get worse with that. It's only going to get worse with NIL.
You can't just pay them whatever you want, Trent.
Yeah, well, the NFL needs to adjust because the NFL's now, look at the NFL's doing as a whole, putting all their games on freaking what the freaking everyday person has to buy a subscription, to watch on Peacock, to watch on what is it, Netflix, to watch you're just making more and more money for them, and I don't know. I think it's just going to get worse and worse. I don't think there's ever. It's not like what he said. It's not like a housing market. It's not going to crash. It's not going to go back down anytime soon. It's just going to continue to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it'll never go down.
Yeah.
It is only going to get worse though.
Yeah.
So what you guys are saying is all the power is in the players' hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the long term.
No matter what.
I think so.
Can I tell you what I fear?
Yeah.
I fear that the NFL does away with the salary cap. Like
it's gonna be like baseball.
Like the MLB and the NBA. I fear that. I fear that because then you create your super teams.
Well, Tyler, that's what they're kind of going. I mean, that's
I know.
Here we go.
It's a concern for me.
Rich coming from you.
I know.
But
all right, let's get off
with the highest taxes. I do want to talk a little bit of baseball.
Let's go quick. Let's do it.
Yeah,
we did them pretty quick last week.
Yeah.
Strike ball, wild pitch.
I can start off with my strike.
Go ahead, sir.
Mine is the Yankees losing to the White Sox yesterday. 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Yep. That was awesome. They didn't just lose. They got smacked 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, okay, that's all I got to say. That's my strike. Yeah. I just like seeing the worst team in the league beat the fucking Yankees. Sorry.
Sorry. No, mine is a unofficial Orioles podcast. Is one positive, the only positive thing about the Orioles pitching right now, especially their bullpen, is Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a closer for the rest of the year. Since he's been with us, 9 innings pitched, a 1 ERA, 10 Ks per 9 innings, 2 saves. So I'm just saying that is. I know a couple of the other moves haven't panned out that great, but he's one that did. It's looking like to be a great addition for us. So
I'd say the only one that didn't pan out is Trevor Rogers
and Soto.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep. See. So
touche. I'm going to make my strike the fact that the Jerry, you're welcome. The Astros are in first place. They're on an 8-game win streak. And
did this last week. He used the Astros.
No, I didn't. I didn't use them as this.
Numbskull.
But numbskull. Yeah. It's called your numbskull.
No, my strike last week was Framber Valdez. But now I'm just saying the Astros in general, the fact that they've literally went from last to first, club back. They're actually 65-55 right now. 8-game win streak. and in solo first place in the AL West. So not because I like them, just impressive.
I'm just glad I canceled out that potential beer bet loss with the win tonight already.
That's ridiculous.
All right, my ball.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Phillies.
Whew.
Phillies. Since the All-Star break, they are 7-16. They are the second worst team in the entire MLB, besides the White Sox. So now here's the thing: they had a hot enough first half that they're still like 6.5 games up on the next best team, because I don't think the Braves are going to catch them anytime soon. Hell, maybe this is my wild pitch. I think if anything, the Mets have a better chance of catching them than the Braves. But Phillies right now, and like I said, I'm not trying to hate on them, but it's just, I don't know. It's ugly. They came back and won tonight after going down again early, but it just seems like they can't get right, So
Yeah.
yeah, Phillies.
Mr. Ball.
Yep.
Well, man, my ball kind of. Well, all right. Mine is that all these good teams that had their first half of the season decided to have a subpar after the All-Star break kind of season, except for one team, and that's the Dodgers. They have the third best record since the All-Star break, and they're the only team that was performing well before the All-Star break that has continued to. And we even pointed out that they're not even like the same Dodger team that's run away with that division yet, blah, blah, blah. And they still haven't, to our defense, because the Padres and the Diamondbacks are also having a better second half. So, I mean,
shut your mouth.
What?
You shut your mouth.
Why?
Shut your mouth.
So that's what I was going to say is those two teams are the only teams that are beating the Dodgers in the second half of the All-Star break, which is awesome because they're competing with them. But I just wish the Dodgers kind of hit that lull like the Orioles, the Yankees, the Phillies, all these teams did. So that's mine. And if you don't mind, I'd like to start off with a wild pitch.
Didn't get my ball yet, so that's fine.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'd also hate if you start off with your wild pitch.
Yeah. Why?
Because I feel like we're all going to take the same shit.
No, mine has to do with what Trent said.
My ball is the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're on a 10-game losing streak, and they have just resorted back to being the Pirates.
10-game losing streak.
Lost 10 straight. Yep.
Wow.
So disappointing, especially with some of that pitching talent that they have. To see it just kind of fade away. And this is literally what happens every single season. Not a Pirates fan, but 10-game losing streak. They're now 56-64. Lost the last 10. 12 games back. They are now in last place in the NL Central. So they're now behind. Yeah. So that's my ball. Go ahead, Trey. Give your wild pitch.
So I got two wild pitches.
That's so dirty.
Well, just give us one.
Aaron Judge will be the all-time home run leaders in the MLB by the end of his career.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
No, I don't think so.
Dude,
he's got 10 years left. He got to 300.
10 years.
He's the fastest person to 300 by 130 days.
And Toe's got to stay healthy.
He's 32.
You think he's going to play till he's 42 and continue crushing
at least
homers
40?
like
All he does is hit homers, dude. He's 6'7". All he's got to do is barrel the bat on a 90 mile an hour fastball and it goes over the fence. He hits over 40 home runs every season. He's going to regress, but I think he's going to hit the all-time home run record.
You think he's going to pass Barry Bonds?
I think so. Let's look it up.
I'd agree with that if he played for the Rockies.
Barry Bonds had 700, so he needs 462 more. He's played for 8 seasons, so if he plays for 8 more,
it's at 600.
He'd at 600. If he plays for 2 more, I don't know. I think he could do it.
All right.
But anyway, what I was going to say is, Trent, back to your point about this Phillies, is they kind of flip-flopped how their seasons have gone. Usually they start out slow, make a run in September or August, and make the playoffs and get really hot for the playoffs. They started out so hot this year. So hot, looked amazing, and now they are not looking good at all. So it's weird. They like flip-flop their seasons.
Gotta know when to play your best.
Yeah.
It's like Tom Izzo in March. Anyway, I got NL West getting 3 playoff teams. I know it's not that wild, and I'm going to say Dodgers will be a wild card team.
Oh, you did. Oh, man.
Sorry.
No.
You did.
Who wins?
Padres.
Diamondbacks.
All right. Stop, Trey. Idiot. My wild pitch is that the Diamondbacks win the NL West.
I like that a lot.
So
Ketel Marte.
He's a little injured up right now.
No, he's not. He was fine. He played the next
Ketel
day.
Marte.
Ketel
Marte. It's like a robot.
We do have one other thing to really quick. We have to talk about. We got to
just make the money line pick. I know what you're going to bring up. UFC.
Yep.
Let's do it. Who you got?
I got the under. I got the under 4.5 rounds.
Under 4.5.
No, Trey. Who wins? You just tell us who wins.
Izzy.
Trent.
I don't want it to be Izzy, but it's going to be Izzy.
Last time I bet on Izzy, I freaking lost because he lost to Strickland. It's better for the UFC if Izzy wins. So
you say Izzy?
Man.
Okay,
yeah. I think you know what? I'm going Duplessis. I think Duplessis is in Izzy's head.
Yes. All right. I am also on Driscus Duplessis. Keep in mind the winner fights Strickland.
How do you know that?
Came out yesterday. More about it. So I'm going Duplessis. And I actually think he, dare I say, knocks him out. I just think Duplessis is such an unorthodox, weird guy.
He is a weird
fighting. Guy. He's a lot like Yuri, but I think he's better than Yuri.
He's more disciplined than Yuri.
That's exactly, yes.
Yuri's like all about like flow and feeling the
the
night, like I don't know, but Duplessis still he's like disciplined, but he's weird.
Discipline's the best way to describe him. I think that's the best word. Yeah. That's a great word. So I'm going. So Trey, you're Izzy. Trent, you and me are Duplessis.
Yeah,
I just don't
cheering for Duplessis though, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I just don't see. Okay, can I tell you what my best bet is? Is the under 4.5 rounds at -130. There's no way this fight goes to a decision, and if it ends in the last 2.5 minutes of the last round, then I deserve to lose that bet because I'll take the chances of someone catching a jaw, just dropping someone and ground and pound, or even a choke out. Like there's no way this goes to a decision the way these guys hate each other. Yeah, and they aren't guys that play for the decision or they play for like they'll attack, I think. So
yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Right. Under 4.5.
Yeah.
-120 on Fanatics.
Okay. That's amazing. I might double down on it actually.
See -120 on Fanatics.
Yep.
It's also -120 on DraftKings.
I can't wait for what's his face to fight Cosmot. Bo Nickel.
Yeah, I'm saying Duplessis wins by KO to TKO.
What round? How?
Okay, I say
Like this,
KO or TKO.
Like with a punch, kick,
knocks
not
him out.
like
Knocks him out. Ground and pound punches. Izzy doesn't know where he's at. I honestly, like, the way I'm looking at Izzy's career right now is it's reminding me a lot of
Kamaru
Anderson Silva, where he was the top guy. Nobody beats him. He's the last airbender. And now all of a sudden, like, people are catching him.
Only one
and
person.
No, I know, but it's two people.
Okay, Pereira. But then he went and he beat him the last time he fought him.
Which
knocked him clean out. Like he ain't letting him do that to him.
He's an interesting fighter to me. I can't figure him out.
I like him.
Who?
I started to like him. Just
Eddie pronounce it Pereira.
Pereira, yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Exactly like you said it.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Trey say it.
Wow.
He's a great
Trey.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah. Now you know why I like Trey saying names that are hard to say.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually.
It was good.
That was good.
I think it's still Alex. You don't have to say Alex.
I think you pronounce Alex.
I love his entry when he like does that thing.
Oh, dude, it's so hype. Yeah,
I love it. And he does that like walk. I love that. Like that hypes me up.
And I'll say this:
that's how he gets the spirits in the ring, dude.
So,
I don't know if you guys saw that Dana recently. I think was it McAfee? I think it was McAfee. Dana talked about John Jones being literally the best fighter ever.
Yeah, he's on a tour of saying that. John,
which cracks me up, but it cracks me up because I feel like Dana should not like him.
Yeah,
just because of all the shit he's put Dana through.
And he's fought once in like 10 years.
Yeah,
right.
I think he's only doing it to hype up John Jones' final card, which is
Stipe
coming up.
Yeah,
that's it. I think this is it. He's not going to fight.
He gets Stipe out.
If he doesn't fight Aspinall
before round 3. Shut up. That's stupid.
He's up a weight class. He's the best thing. But anyway, yeah.
But all right. Well, anything else, boys?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I know it's only Thursday, but have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy some UFC fights on Saturday, and some preseason football. So,
heck yeah.
All right. Have a great one. See you guys. All right. Have a good one.